This is Gerardo Del Real from the 2021 Precious Metals Summit in beautiful Beaver Creek. We have music, we have mountains. I have the executive chairman of Generation Mining with me, Mr. Kerry Knoll. Kerry, how are you doing?
I'm great, really good, thanks.
Thank you for taking the time. We talked a bit off air, and you mentioned to me in private, and I hope I'm not abusing of that privacy. You mentioned to me that this is the best project you've had the opportunity to try and finance.
Absolutely. I've never had so much interest. It's a combination of things. It's a time in the development of the mining industry where there are more sources of financing. There's private equity, there's streamers, there's their usual brokers, and there's a lot more banks involved these days than there used to be. So we've got a really good time, and then to add to that, we've got a really good project in a good jurisdiction. We're in Ontario, Canada, and we also have a commodity, palladium, that is unusual in that this is the only advanced palladium open pit project in the world. So it's a short time to production.
We know that there's a pivot towards clean energy. We know that will require substantial amounts of palladium, copper, among other metals, right? And this project tends to have that in spades.
Well, palladium is interesting because it's needed now.
Right.
It's not a metal of the future that may or may not happen. This is needed in every car in the world, every gasoline-powered car in the world, and the cars are needing more and more palladium every year as governments increase emission standards. So, and then we've also got a significant copper, which is of course a big part of an electric car, and then we've got a pretty good byproduct of platinum, which is going to be required in the fuel cells. So we've got the whole suite, not the entire suite of green metals, but we've got three important ones.
Absolutely. You also have great exploration upside, right? As evidenced by your recent releases. You made what to me is a new discovery. You stepped out, more copper. Talk to me about the exploration upside at the project.
Yeah, well, there was a drill hole drilled about 15 years ago that was never followed up for a variety of reasons. We followed it up and discovered only 300 meters from our mine. We discovered what looks like to be a new ore body. And so, of course, it's preliminary. It's early days. It needs a lot more drilling and et cetera, and it wouldn't be permitted right now. But it's nevertheless, it's a higher grade than our deposit, and so it looks like it's going to be a part of this mine's future.
You mentioned the financing. You mentioned having so many options. The quality project. I got to believe, and you've said this publicly in the past, I believe, that you're looking to minimize the dilution aspect of it, whichever way it ends up being financed. Can you speak to that a bit?
Well, like everybody else here, I think that our shares are undervalued,
Sure.
but I think they really truly are. And as a result, we don't want to dilute at these prices if we don't have to. We do want to advance the project, so we're looking at some of the other alternatives, the non-dilutive financings, and that could potentially include a partner, it could include a stream, it could include a lot of different things. And we're talking with dozens of groups right now, and we'll decide on the final outcome probably in the next month or so.
Seems like you're at the sweet spot. Kerry, anything else to add to that?
No, just that this is, to me, the best project I've had the pleasure of working on in my career, and it's going to be my last. So I'm pretty excited about having a good one.
Well, before I let you go, I can't let you go without you reminding the audience the success that you've had in the past. When you say this is going to be your last, I don't believe that you're going to go out with a whimper, right?
Well, I've with various partners, I've started 6 mining companies over my career, over 35 years, and 4 of those mines went into production. 4 of those companies, and 2 of them were sold at the feasibility stage. So it's a pretty good track record, and I'd like this one to be the crown achievement.
There you have it, Kerry. Thank you.
Thank you.